So now I want to talk to you about something called a dissociation. So we're going to start with what's called double dissociations, and double dissociations tell us if two different cognitive processes are both separate and independent, meaning they consume separate, or they rely on completely separate areas of the brain in order to do these processes, and those areas don't rely on each other. Those two processes don't rely on each other for resources at all. So the classic example of a double dissociation would be Broca's area and Wernicke's area. And you should remember from biobases that when you get damage to Wernicke's area in the brain, it's usually in the left hemisphere, you will lose the ability to comprehend language. You'll still be able to produce it, but what you will produce will be grammatically correct, nonsensical sentences. So things you'll be able to speak fluently, but things won't be able to make sense. And then Broca's area, if Broca's area is damaged, you'll be able to comprehend language, but you can't physically articulate it to produce it. Now, if you have damage to Broca's area, you have a deficit in X, which is speech production, but not Y, which is speech comprehension. And if you have damage in Wernicke's area, you have a deficit in Y, which is speech comprehension, but not X, which is speech production. And that's a double dissociation. And it's double because it works both ways. And a single dissociation kind of works the same way, except in a single dissociation, you can have damage to X, but there's no, you can have damage to one area and there's damage to X, but no resulting damage to Y, but it doesn't work the other way around. If Y is damaged, then X is also going to be damaged. And a good example would be color vision. So you can have damage to your color vision, and actually you can get color blindness either up in the retina or back in the occipital lobe. You can have lack of color vision, but you can still have vision. However, you can't have vision, or you can't have color vision without vision. So those might be separate processes, but they're not independent. Whereas speech production and speech comprehension, we know those are both separate and independent. Okay? So those are double and single dissociations.